Oh, my friend, you've knelt until your knees are sore, you've pleaded, you've fasted, and you've exercised every ounce of faith you have asking for a specific miracle. And then the answer came back. It wasn't a wait and it wasn't a yes. It was a clear-cut no. And you find yourself asking what to do when God says no, because that no feels like a rejection of your heart. Oh, my friend, I have felt that before, and it is hard and it is heavy. But you're in the right place. By the end of today's episode, you will understand how to transition from the bitterness of a closed door to the peace of a new path. We're going to help you solve spiritual heartbreak by looking at the Savior's pattern that he taught us in Gethsemane and sharing a powerful story of a no on a deathbed that actually mended a broken family. We're moving from carrying the load alone to carrying it with Christ. Stay tuned. Ordinary women, extraordinary faith. When God calls, we say yes. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Arise Women of God podcast. I'm your host, Tamara K. Anderson, and joining me today is the amazing and talented Bonnie Randall, and you are going to love it as we get raw and vulnerable today, talking about the hardest answers to receive from heaven. And I'm already getting a little teary-eyed, so this is going to be a crazy episode. When we face a no, our first instinct is to pull away. But the Savior showed us a different way. In Matthew chapter 26, verse 39, we can be with Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, where he asks, with the weight of the world on his shoulders, if his Father will let this cup pass from him. It was heavy. It was hard, harder than he probably even ever imagined it could be. He didn't want to carry that weight and pain, and yet he uttered these next words that are such a powerful example for us. Not as I will, but as thou wilt. Such an example of submission. This is what I want, but what is what you want? What is for the greater good? Sometimes the cross in our lives is necessary for a glory we can't yet see. Jesus drank that bitter cup so that we wouldn't have to drink ours alone. When God says no, he is not leaving you. He is inviting you to be yoked with him. I love the verses in Matthew where Jesus promises that his yoke is easy and his burden is light. But notice that it doesn't say that there is no burden. The no you have received might feel really heavy. It might be a broken heart, a lost opportunity, or the death of someone you love. Your choice in this moment is to carry that burden alone or to strap yourself to the yoke of the Savior, because when we carry it with him, he carries the brunt of the weight. If you're still struggling to accept the no answer, it is okay to say, Lord, I believe, help thou mine unbelief. I know, because I've been there. It's okay to ask for God to plant the desire, the seed of belief in your heart that life can move on and you can move forward, although it may feel very heavy and hard at the time. Bonnie is now going to share a story about a time when she was pleading for a yes, but God halted her mid-prayer.
I can't even tell you how many times God has told me no. One time when I received a no, it was so sad. My grandfather was on his deathbed. I had gone to visit him, and he was dying of cancer. He had several different types of cancer. And the doctors wanted to try different things. And I remember one night kneeling down and praying and pleading and begging for him to extend my grandfather's life. But as I went to say those words, I was halted and I heard, no, that is not his plan. It is his time to go. Do not say those words. And I started weeping because I love my grandfather. I wanted to spend more time with him. But I said, okay, what am I supposed to pray instead? And he said, pray for peace. Pray that your grandmother will be ready for him to transition. Pray that his transition will be easy and smooth and joyful, and that he will be at peace. And so I started praying the words that he would have me pray. And I saw a miracle happen. My grandfather didn't live, but my grandmother started to be okay with the fact that he was going to be gone. My aunt started to be okay with the fact that my grandfather was going to be gone. I started to see my family heal. Rifts that had happened in our family started to be mended. All because God told me no. And then he told me what to say instead.
Oh, Bonnie's heartfelt story tugs at my soul, but it also shows us that a no to our request is often a yes to a much larger miracle. She had to stop asking what she wanted and start asking, what should I pray for instead? That is how we unlock the blessings hidden in the hardship.
So, friends, I know with a surety that when we get a no or not right now, it's because there are miracles and there are blessings that he is just waiting to give you. And if you can clue into asking the right question, you will receive exactly what you need to say during that prayer to unlock and unleash those miracles into the world.
So, my friend, if you are standing before a closed door today, don't walk away from God. Walk with him. Use the Savior's words, not my will, but thine be done. Then ask, Lord, what would you have me pray for instead? I promise he will take your broken heart and plant a seed that you can and will heal and be able to move forward in faith to help you navigate those difficult no answers and find your footing again. We want to give you our free Roadmap to Revelation, 6 Steps to Hearing God in Your Daily Life. You will also get a Receiving Light and Revelation audio meditation that you can also download for free by clicking the link below. When the no feels like static to your soul, I invite you to turn to page 6 of this downloadable PDF and use the Cast Out the Adversary prayer. It will help you bind and cast out those feelings of abandonment and anger and bring in light and peace and love and joy so that you can clearly hear the instructions God has for you to do next. So, my friend, God hasn't stopped talking. He's just pointing you in a different direction. Go listen for what is next and trust where he leads. And until next time, may you arise, do it God's way, God strong. If today's episode helped you feel a little closer to God, please like and subscribe. It helps us grow and ensures Heaven's whispers stay at the top of your feed whenever you need them most.